Morning, we'll get things started. We would like to welcome our defending champ, Taylor Moore, to the Valspar Championship. Taylor, we're going to start off with some opening comments on what it's like to be back, where you captured your first PGA Tour title.
Yeah, it's awesome to be back. I came back for the first time about a month ago for Media Day, so it was nice to be back on property and reliving all those feels. And definitely excited for this week to get back out there and play again. Obviously, at the place got my first win at, so stoked to get back out there.
You came back for Media Day. Were there any specific memories from that final round, 67?
Yeah, I drove the course with Gary Koch, actually. They had a pro-am going on, so we went over to 16, 17, 18 and kind of relived the last little bit, and it was fun to kind of talk to him about it and, visit those feelings and memories again for sure.
Coming off Players last week, how are you? I think we're back.
Good? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but just back to a solid stretch. We've made all cuts, and how are you feeling after last week with the Players?
My game's feeling good, yeah. I think, like you said, I made all my cuts so far this year, and I think trying not to be too frustrated because I haven't had like a great week yet where I put 4 rounds together, but at the same time I know like each individual area of my game's in a good spot, and really just looking forward to putting 4 rounds together and just keep building on each and every week as I'm in another 3 or 4 week stretch here now.
And what did this win last year do to kind of propel your season, having a good week at Memphis and then going all the way to Tour Champ?
Yeah, I think I talked about it that week. It just gave me some confidence knowing that I knew I could compete out here and be in contention on Sundays, but until you actually hoist that trophy and get it done, I guess you never really know. So it gave me that affirmation that I could do it out here on Sundays, on the back nine when I am in contention.
I'll have a few more from me, but in case Jeff or Doug have one. Do we have a mic?
Yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's a great point. I think for me it was, I knew I was in the majors the rest of the year basically, but I knew I needed to finish well to get into everything, this year. And obviously with how our schedule is now too, getting into those signature events and elevated stuff was definitely a priority. And obviously a win takes care of a lot of that. So, getting to the East Lake for the first time as well, setting up my schedule for this year was massive. But I think once the win kind of wore off after that stretch, like you were talking about, I just wanted to keep getting better each and every week, and that's what me and my team talk about constantly is how can I just keep getting better and how can I evaluate where I'm at and put one foot in front of the other and just take it week by week. I did, yeah. I knocked that out on the way to Bay Hill, actually. So, yeah, I went to Augusta Friday and Saturday before Bay Hill and went and scoped it out with a local caddy. And, it was first time I was able to do that and plan ahead, which was a lot of fun. So I tried to take advantage of it. And we had a good couple days there and caught some good weather on Saturday. And, it's obviously different than tournament week when everybody's out there. So it's kind of cool to feel like we had the place to ourselves a little bit and put in some time.
Last year, was it hard to almost enjoy that because it was on the tail of such a whirlwind winning year getting in?
To a degree, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. First time at Augusta, it was amazing. I had a blast, but it was, I get what you're saying too, for sure. It was a little bit of a whirlwind, and you know, I think it was a good learning experience. So I think I might have gotten there a little bit too early, just out of excitement, and then, you know, by the time Friday rolls around, it's like, man, I've been here for what feels like should be, you know, Sunday at this point. So definitely learned from that, and you know, just trying to figure out how I want to orient my schedule moving forward in weeks like that. Yeah, for sure. One thing, I'm going to avoid that tournament shop. That thing is madness there. Everybody's trying to get the gnome and hoodies and all kinds of, that thing is crazy. But, you know, I think my goal is just to treat, you know, majors and elevated events like a normal work week. So I want to go into Monday of that week, go through my normal routine, go through my proper prep, and then, you know, get myself ready to be in the best position to have a chance to compete on the weekend. Oh my God, my fiance's over here. She probably has a better idea than me. I think we spent quite a bit. Which, first time there, I think, you know, you gotta take care of your friends and family for sure. But we spent quite a bit in that shop. I don't know if we were there early enough to get it. I mean, I heard the lines were insane at whatever time they open up, 6, 7 in the morning. But no, we skipped the gnomes.
Pat, you have one?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They did a great job with it. When I did come for Media Day a few weeks ago, it was my first time seeing it, and yeah, it's cool. I mean, my dog takes up half of the parking space, so yeah, she's definitely a emphasis on the parking spot. But yeah, it's got all my favorite sports teams, professional teams, Cowboys, Stars, Oklahoma City Thunder. Growing up in OKC, there, that was like our first, you know, pro major four sports team of my lifetime. So yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. It's definitely a treat to have that spot this week. They would argue that. Yeah, that's a great question. I think I enjoy places that typically don't require 20 plus under to win. Like, this is a challenge. I feel like, you know, history, it's 8, 10, 12 under kind of can get you a win at this place. And I would consider it old school just from the aspect of it's not overly long, and you really have to think your way around this golf course. So you gotta, when you do miss, you gotta be, you know, fat side of the greens. You gotta give yourself some space. Rough's challenging. Greens are typically back to front. So just kind of all the small nuances like that I enjoy in prepping and playing a place like this. And it can get really firm and fast as well. That's kind of what we see on this Florida stretch, right? I mean, Bay Hill gets super crispy. This place can get firm and fast as well on the weekend. So I think anytime it gets like that, it's prepping you for, you know, kind of the stretch we have coming up as well.
How much more comfortable do you think you'll be here this week coming back to the championship? Be a little bit more memories, things like that. Will you be more comfortable?
I think so, yeah. If I can't be comfortable winning at this place and then coming back, I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable. So I think it's a place, obviously, I like. It's a place that I know I can, you know, grind out and shoot, you know, even par 1 or 2 under on days that I necessarily don't have it, which is nice. And I think it's, you know, obviously a place I know how to win at too. So I think it's, you know, a time too where I'm at a place in my game where I know I can get myself ready to get going on Thursday and get after it again. I heard all about it at Media Day. I heard all about it. I don't know if there's necessarily one thing that stands out. Like I said, I think it's a place where you can just go figure out a way to shoot 1, 2, 3 under a day, and then you're on the back nine on Sunday, and you're like pretty close to the lead. So I think it's just one of those places where if you think properly, if you don't give up, shots in certain areas, and you play those last 3 or 4 holes, even or under par, you're gonna, typically have a decent day out here.
Do you have a favorite memory from Sunday of last year?
Yeah, the one I've kind of talked about is the birdie on 16, just because I drove it in the pine straw through the fairway, and then I was able to have kind of a gap over there in the trees, and I was able to work a 9-iron to about 25 feet and make that putt, 25 or 30 feet and made the putt. I would say that one definitely stands out, and I've gone back and watched the coverage a few times, since I won last year, just when I was bored at home in the off season, and I can't ever find that shot on 16. So if you guys could pull that up somehow, I'd love to see that shot from the trees on 16, because I can't find it anywhere. So that's definitely a memory I have that I like to think about.
You have won on different levels, but until you do it for the first time on this tour, you never know, right? What do you feel as you look back? What do you think pushed you across the line?
I think it's, I was just super comfortable that day. I knew it was a couple shots out when I teed off. I knew if I was kind of lingering there going in the back 9 that, as you guys know out here, anything can happen, and just kind of stayed with it. Hit a great shot on 15, obviously, that led to birdie there. But I think the one thing that does stick out is, I didn't miss a putt inside of 6 feet. Normally when you do something like that, you're going to be pretty close to the lead. So I thought, with those greens and being able to save pars when I needed to, and then obviously convert when I hit quality shots, I thought that definitely led. That was a good recipe to be in contention there on Sunday. I did. I went straight to the Canadian Tour, PGA Tour Canada. I did Q school actually there. My senior year of college, I went up there as an amateur. We had a couple off weeks, and the timing worked out, so I flew to, where was that? Somewhere in British Columbia. My dad actually caddied for me for that Q school, which was fun. So yeah, I went up there and finished top 10 in that Q school, which got me status when I turned pro. Yeah. That was definitely reassuring that I could play at the professional level, right? I think going straight from the national championship in Oregon and finishing 30th something place that week, which was an okay event, my senior year of college, to finish in, solo second my first week out, gave me a confidence boost for sure, and I got comfortable pretty fast out there. I also made like 19,000 Canadian dollars, so I thought I was kind of rich. I learned fast what it actually was. I think it was 13,000 US, and then obviously tax, so I didn't quite have $19,000. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, spending 4 seasons on the Korn Ferry Tour was great prep. Like, it really taught me how to be a pro, taught me how to travel, taught me what I needed to do for myself, on the road and in my practice, and then obviously situation out there competing. I was pretty close to get my tour card, though. My first 2 years, I finished 37th and 30th on the Korn Ferry Tour, and had a couple cracks at it, didn't get it done, and then had an injury in 19, which kind of time frame wise stalled out, but it was a great time for me to grow up and learn about myself even more. So I don't think I'm ever going to be a guy that gets complacent or gets deterred by anything that happens. I have a pretty good head on my shoulders. I'm a competitor at heart, and so I knew I'd always, deep down, I feel like I knew I was always going to get out here. Just my journey and my time frame, it took, a little bit longer than I might have liked, but I'm out here now and enjoying every bit of it. I was born in San Angelo, yes. We moved to Oklahoma City when I was like 8 years old. So I spent a few years in San Angelo. Don't really remember. I was pretty young when we moved from there. grew up in Texarkana actually from like 3 to 8 or 9, and then we moved to Oklahoma City after that. Texarkana. Yep.
And we'll finish up with Casey.
Okay. It would be awesome. I think, having first time to defend too, like when I did win on Canadian Tour, I didn't get an opportunity. When I won on Corn Ferry my last year out there, didn't get the opportunity to defend. So obviously having that opportunity is amazing and something that I'm going to embrace. And, getting my first tour win here was awesome, and getting my second here would be even better. So definitely looking forward to that challenge and that opportunity to get it done again this week. It was awesome. Yeah, we had a great time. We played Saturday on the trip I mentioned. I went to scout it a little bit before Bay Hills. So, yeah, I met Neil there. Obviously, I knew the name. I hadn't met him in person. Obviously, had a great week at the USAM in Denver, and he was an awesome kid. We had a good time. God, those college kids are so long, man. Freaking bombs it. I was impressed. I was impressed with his game. I was impressed how far he hit it. But, he asked some good questions, and he's getting ready for his professional journey coming up. So it was a lot of fun. We had a good day out there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Great question. Yeah, I think, talking with a couple guys on my team, we're just scoring. Like, I feel like I'm driving the ball in the fairway now, trying to tidy up the wedges a little bit, hit them closer, and then just some momentum swing kind of stuff too. I think, I'm bogeying the occasional par 5 out of play, kind of stuff right now, and just, back-to-back bogeys, things like that. It's really zooming in on some small kind of 1% things, but as we all know, that stuff definitely matters over the course of 72 holes. So really looking forward to try and tidy up those kind of small things and keep the momentum of rounds going a little bit better. Yeah, Josh is out here every week doing a lot of that stuff. And then as far as swing-wise, I still work actually with my coach from Arkansas as well, Coach McMakin there. So he is busy with the team, but he definitely has a big role in my physical golf swing.
Perfect. That's all the questions we have. Thank you for the time, Taylor.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.